Okay, we're back on the record. State your full name for me, sir. I can't hear you.
Eric Brandon Connor.
Connor, okay. Mr. Connor, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is terroristic threats. Your bond amount is $10,000. The second offense is criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $2,500. And then the third offense of simple battery, family violence, the bond amount is $3,500. Therefore, your total bond amount is $16,000. Do you understand the charge as well as the bond amount?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you make bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. The first condition is you're to have no contact with the alleged victim by the name of Jasmine London. You understand that? You understand that, sir? You can have no contact with Jasmine London, which means you must stay away absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by telephone, by third person from Ms. London's home, her workplace, and immediate family members of any witnesses. Do you understand that? I need to hear verbal. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, because the alleged incident occurred at 99 Libby Lane, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30238, you're not to return to that location. Is that your primary residence, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. But all I need to do is just go grab my vehicle and my belongings, and I don't need to.
Okay. Well, you need. Okay. Well, because it's a no contact against Miss London, you'll need to make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to have them accompany you to that location to retrieve any undisputed personal property. You understand that? Do you understand that, Mr. Connor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also, you cannot violate any laws while out on bond.
Good.
Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that that's your next court date, sir? Mr. Connor, you understand that that's your next court date?
11/21, 8:30, correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then you completed a request for court-appointed counsel. However, you would not qualify based on your application. Therefore, you will have to hire your own attorney. You understand that?
That's fine.
Okay. That will conclude your hearing for this morning, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, state your full name for me.
Thank you, Cross.
Okay, Mr. Cross, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $2,500. The second is criminal trespass, damage to property. The bond amount is $2,500. And then the third charge of kidnapping, the bond amount is $10,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $15,000. Do you understand the charge as well as the bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. The first condition is you're to have no contact with the alleged victim by the name of Stephanie Boyd. You understand that?
Yes. But she currently pregnant with my child.
Okay, well, still, sir, because she's the alleged victim in the case, you're to have no contact. So let me be clear. No contact means stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by telephone, by third person from Ms. Boyd home, her workplace, and immediate family members of any witnesses. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, because the alleged incident occurred at 927 Ewan Drive, Forestport, Georgia, 30294, you're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. You understand that? Is that your primary residence, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Lastly, you're not to violate any laws while out on bond. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And then it does appear that you completed an application for court-appointed counsel. Based on your application, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will appoint an attorney to represent you.
Okay.
Have any questions?
Yes. Stephanie Boyd is looking to get the charges dropped. For what would she need to do?
Okay, so I'm not involved. That's something you can speak to your attorney about. Okay, my only purpose here is to set your bond and to give you your preliminary hearing date. Okay?
All right. All right.
Thank you. Okay. State your full name for me.
Tyron Francis.
Mr. Francis, you've been charged with 1 count of terroristic threats. Your bond amount is $10,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yeah.
Okay, can you make bond? Is that, sir, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. The first condition is you're to have no contact with an individual by the name of Christy Francis because she's the alleged victim in the case. You understand that? Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So no contact means stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by text message, by social media, by telephone. You can't contact her through a third person. You can't come to Ms. Francis' home, her workplace, and then you must stay away from any immediate family members of any witnesses. You understand that?
Yes.
Lastly, because the incident occurred at 9832 Braxley Way, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30238. You're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. Is that your primary residence?
No, it's not. This incident didn't occur anywhere, Your Honor.
Okay, but again, so remember, we're not here to try your case today. My only purpose is to set your bond and give you your preliminary hearing date. You understand that?
It is by text message. How is that a location?
Okay, no, I said stay away. It's a no contact with respect to Mrs. Francis, which means you can't contact.
I understand.
Sir, do not interrupt me, which means you cannot contact her in any way. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Indirectly or directly. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then lastly, you're not to violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that's your next court date, sir?
Yes.
And then based on your responses on your court-appointed form, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, you will have to hire your own attorney. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, that will conclude your hearing for this morning, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, state your full name for me, sir.
It's Benjamin Gibson Jr.
Okay, Mr. Gibson Jr., you've been charged with 1 count battery, simple battery. Your bond amount is $3,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on your bond order as well. The first condition is you're to have no contact with an individual by the name of Dorothy White because she's the alleged victim in the case. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no contact means stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by text message, by social media, by telephone. You cannot contact her through a third party. You cannot go to her home, her workplace. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Also, because the alleged incident occurred at 609 Allen Drive, apartment A1, Clayton County, Georgia, you're prohibited from returning to that location while you're out on bond. Is that your primary residence?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And then last, you cannot violate any laws while out on bond. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that's your next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, would you like to waive the preliminary hearing or keep it on the court's calendar?
Keep it on.
Okay. And then you did complete an application for court-appointed counsel. Based on your application, you would qualify for an attorney, so I will go ahead and approve that request. Any
Thank
questions?
you.
sir?
No,
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you. Okay, state your full name for me, sir.
Money heard.
Okay, Mr. Hurd, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is criminal cruelty to children in the first degree. Your bond amount is $5,000. The second offense is battery, family violence. Your bond amount is $6,000. And then the third charge of cruelty to children in the third degree, your bond amount is $4,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $15,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on your bond order that you must comply with while you're out on bond. The first condition is you're to have no contact with the alleged victims in the case. Specifically, Shaniqua Brown and Alan Hurd. Am I pronouncing that right? I believe is that your son, sir, Mr. Hurd?
A legend.
Okay, Legend Hurd. Is that your son?
A legend.
Okay, a Legend Hurd. Hurd is the last name, correct?
Yes.
That's your son, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, because they're the alleged victim in the case, you're to have no contact, which means you must stay away absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by social media, by text message, by telephone. You cannot contact them through a third person. You cannot go to their home, their workplace. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Secondly, because the alleged incident occurred at 914 Sandalwood Court, Moore, Georgia, 30260, you're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. Is that your primary residence? Is that your primary residence, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Lastly, you're not to violate any laws while out on bond. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that's your next court date, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and based on your application for court-appointed counsel, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will go ahead and approve your application. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, state your full name for me, sir.
Yeah, all of that.
Okay, so you've been charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $2,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount? You say yes, sir? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
If you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on your bond order. The first condition is you're to have no contact with the alleged victim by the name of Chelsea Garrison. Do you recognize that name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because she's the alleged victim in the case, you're to have no contact, which means you must stay away absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by text message, by social media, by telephone. You cannot contact her through a third person, and you cannot go to her home or workplace while you're out on bond. You understand that, sir? Make sure you're paying attention.
Yes,
Pay
ma'am.
attention, sir. Also, because the alleged incident occurred at 2412 Crestwick Crossing Court, Jonesboro, Georgia, you're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. Do you
That's why I live at.
Okay, is that where you live? Where does Ms. Garrison live?
I don't know.
Okay, well, because it says here, let's see, it's considered a family violence.
Yeah, that's why I stay at. She was staying with me. That's my house.
Okay, well, because the incident occurred and it's a family violence at that location, I'm going to prohibit you from returning to that location. I will allow you to make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days to retrieve any undisputed personal property. You understand that?
That's my girlfriend. That's why I stay at. That's why I get
I understand
mail.
that. But again, because it's a family violence, sir, then I'm going to prohibit you from returning to that location because that's where the incident occurred. Now, if at some point Ms. Garrison is not there and your attorney want to speak about or speak to the DA or solicitor about the conditions of your bond, she's welcome to do so. Your attorney or he or she.
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't stay there. She was at my house.
Okay, I understand that, sir. But again, because it's family violence, I'm going to prohibit you from returning to that location. But you will be allowed to make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days to retrieve any undisputed property, personal property. Okay, I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that? Okay, would you like to waive your preliminary hearing, sir? Okay. And based on your application, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will appoint an attorney to represent you, and then you can speak to an attorney about the conditions of your bond. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, state your full name for me.
Reginald Martell Jordan.
Mr. Jordan, you've been charged with 4 offenses. The first offense is criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $2,000. The second offense is simple battery. Your bond amount is $4,000. The third offense is terroristic threats. Your bond amount is $6,000. And then there's a second count of terroristic threats. Your bond amount is $8,000. One of the terroristic threat is a misdemeanor. The other one is a felony. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your total bond amount is $20,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
If you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on your bond order. The first condition is you to have no contact with the alleged victims by the name of Felicia Shirrock and Johnny Gandy. Do you recognize those 2 names?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because they're the alleged victim in the case, you're to have no contact, which means you must stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by telephone. You cannot contact them via social media, via text message, or through a third person. You also cannot go to their home or workplace. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And also, because the alleged incident occurred at 2768 Wood Hollow Lane, Jonesboro, Georgia, you're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. Is that your primary residence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you'll have to make other arrangements. However, I will allow you to make an appointment with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release to retrieve any undisputed personal property from that location. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Sir. And then lastly, your preliminary hearing is scheduled for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
That's your court date, sir. And then based on your application, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. You want to state your full name for me, sir?
Jeremy Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, you've been charged with 1 count of battery. I'm sorry, 1 count of criminal damage in the 2nd degree. Your bond amount is $4,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on your bond order. Because Danielle Brimridge is the alleged victim in the case, you're to have no contact with her. Do you recognize that name, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that means you must stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by telephone. You cannot contact her through social media or text message, through a third person, and you must stay away from her home and workplace. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, because the alleged incident occurred at 5215 Riverwalk Court, apartment F, Atlanta, Georgia, 30349. You're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your primary residence?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And then you also cannot violate any laws while out on bond. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, the criminal damage charge is considered a felony. So your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Your preliminary hearing is November the 21st.
21st, 8:30.
At 8:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, and then based on your responses on your court-appointed application, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Well.
State your full name for me, sir.
Kenneth Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, you've been charged with 2 offenses. The first offense is interference with custody. Your bond amount is $3,000. The second offense is terroristic threats. Your bond amount is $8,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $11,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount? You understand the charges, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on your bond order. The first condition is you're to have no contact with the 2 alleged victims in the case, Amber Coffey and Candace Lewis. Do you recognize those 2 names?
I don't know what Candace Lewis.
Okay, Candace Lewis appears to be, let me read this in here. Apparently, is Kadence? You don't know Lewis?
Oh, Cadence Lewis.
Oh, sorry, that's
That
your son,
was-
right? Is that your son?
Not no more. No.
Okay. Okay, you understand that he is one of the alleged victims in the case? You understand that, sir? You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a no contact, so you got to stay away absolutely directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by social media, by text message, by telephone. You cannot contact them through a third person. You also cannot go to their home and workplace. You understand that?
You said I can't go home.
To their home or workplace.
Oh, she homeless.
I understand that, but again,
Yeah.
you cannot go. The alleged incident, according to the warrant, the alleged incident occurred at 856 Cedar Way.
That's my mama house. That's
Okay,
my mama house.
That's your mama house?
Yeah, my mama don't even like her. She threatened my mama at her house.
Okay, well, okay, again, so we're not here to try your case today. Does Ms. Coffey live there with you?
Oh, she can never come over there. That's my mama house.
I understand that, but did she live with you during the time of the incident?
Only since I know her.
Okay, okay. So I won't prohibit you from returning to that location, but there is a no contact for Amber.
Yes, that's fine, man. Yes.
Okay, you understand that?
But I can go to my mama house, right?
Yes, as long as Miss
Yeah,
Coffey.
she's not allowed over there.
Huh?
He's not allowed over there.
Okay, but the incident occurred there. You understand that?
Yeah.
You understand the incident occurred there, sir?
I mean, if that's what you're telling me. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what the warrant says. I wouldn't have the address unless it was on the warrant. You understand that? Let's see here. Well, no, I'm sorry. The incident location is the 1740 Broad River Road. Who lives at that location?
I don't know that address, ma'am.
You don't know that address either?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you've never been to 1740 Broad River?
I don't know that. I couldn't tell you. 'Cause I'm not familiar with the name of the address.
Okay. Okay, I see why your mom's address was on there. Apparently you took the child to your mom's address. I mean, to your mom location. Is that correct, Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why her address is on here. But the actual incident location was at 1740 Broad River. And you said you don't recognize that
No,
address?
I don't. I wasn't there. No, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'm gonna prohibit you from returning to that location since you say you don't live there, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then you also cannot violate any laws while out on bond. You understand that? You understand that, sir? I didn't hear yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I have your preliminary hearing scheduled for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. That's your next court date, sir. You understand that?
You said 22nd, right?
No, it's the 21st because you've been charged with a felony on the terroristic threats. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's considered a felony. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So your hearing date is going to be November the 21st. Okay. And then I've scheduled, let's see here, you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I will go ahead and appoint an attorney to represent you. Have any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, state your full name for me. Okay, Mr. Lott, you've been charged with 1 count of armed robbery, Unfortunately, I'm not authorized to set bail for you today. Only a Superior Court judge can do that. So therefore, there is a no bond. Do you understand the charge as well as the no bond, sir?
Is there a warrant like where the incident took place or a time?
I can give you the facts that are in the warrant. Would you like me to read that to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but before I do that, let me just give you your hearing date. So there's a no bond. So your first preliminary hearing date will be November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. And then your bond hearing is going to be scheduled for December 2nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that? Okay, so you have two different hearing dates. According to the warrant that I have for the armed robbery, it says said accused did with the intent to commit theft of 175, the property of Mike Rivers Jr. from the immediate persons of Mike Rivers Jr. by use of a black handgun. The offender held the victim at gunpoint and demanded the victim's phone and cash out. The offender then sent himself $175 from the victim's Cash App account before returning the phone to the victim. Said accused did with the intent, so it's the same. So those are the facts or the allegations, not the facts, the allegations, sir. So I understand we're not here to try your case today. I can only tell you what the charge is, which is armed robbery. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then let's see here. Did you complete? I don't see your.
No, I got my own attorney.
Okay, so you didn't complete an application for court-appointed attorney, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you got your own attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that will conclude your first appearance for this morning. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir, state your full name for me. I'm sorry, I didn't hear your last name.
Sanders Jr.
Sanders Jr., okay. Mr. Sanders, you've been charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your bond amount is $6,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes.
Can you make bond?
Yes.
Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that's your next court date, sir? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also, you did complete a request for court-appointed counsel. Based on your application, you would qualify, so I will appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
Yes. I still haven't received my first phone call to let nobody know where I'm at.
Okay, well, that's something, sir, you would have to speak to the jail about. My only purpose here today is to set bond, okay, which I've done, and to give you your preliminary hearing dates, okay? So that will conclude your first appearance hearing for this morning. I have no control over that. Okay, sir? Thank you. Okay, give me your full name, sir.
Arquavius Starks.
Hey, Mr. Starks, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is aggravated assault by strangulation. The second offense is aggravated battery. And then your third offense is battery family violence. In light of the circumstances surrounding the charges, sir, I am denying you bond today. Therefore, your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. And then your bond hearing will be December the 2nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you understand the charges as well as the no bond, sir?
I was saying, the reason I'm not getting over, can you repeat that?
Based on the circumstances in the warrants or regarding the charges. Okay. And then also it appears that you were charged with aggravated. So you've been charged with aggravated assault by strangulation here in this case. And it appears you had a separate charge of aggravated assault on January 21st of 2021. You understand that? So in light of your criminal history and then the circumstances surrounding the current charges, I am denying you bond today.
Okay, thank you, man.
Okay, well, now I still got to give you your court appointed, see if you qualify for a court appointed attorney. So you got your two different hearing dates, which is November the 21st, 2022, and then your bond hearing is going to be December 2nd. So those are two different hearing dates. You understand that?
Okay, so repeat that one more time.
Okay, your preliminary hearing, which is that the purpose of that hearing is to determine if it's enough evidence to continue to detain you. That's going to be November the 21st via Zoom at 8:30. Okay. And then your second hearing date is your bond hearing, and that's going to be December 2nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then looks like you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions? Have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that will conclude your hearing for this morning. Thank you. Okay, sir. Please step forward to the camera, sir, so I can see you. Okay, state your full name for me.
Ricky Lakeith Smith.
You're Mr. Smith, correct?
Right.
Okay, sir, you've been charged. You said Smith, S-M-I-T-H, correct?
Right.
Sir, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Please don't be disrespectful. So I'm just trying to make sure I have the right person. Are you Ricky Smith?
I just said, yeah.
I didn't hear you, sir. That's not the way you respond to a judge. You can say yes. Okay, so you've been charged with 5 offenses. The first offense is burglary. Your bond amount is $25,000. Your second offense is violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your bond amount is $7,500. Your third offense of cross-guard line violation for drugs, guns, and alcohol. Your bond amount is $1,500. The fourth offense is loitering or prowling at the incident location. Your bond amount is $1,000. And then the last charge of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, your bond amount is $1,500. Therefore, your total bond amount is $36,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount, sir?
Yeah, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that, sir?
Yeah, ma'am. You have a beautiful day.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more thing, sir. We're not finished. You didn't complete a request for a court-appointed attorney? You don't need a court-appointed attorney, sir? Because I don't get for you.
I ain't know that what that was.
You didn't know what it was?
No, man, I ain't up here in Clayton County. It's my first time.
Do you need a court-appointed attorney?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, let's see if I can locate your court-appointed form, and then do you mind if I ask you a few questions to see if you qualify for one? Because you have to answer a few questions. Are you prepared to do that today, sir, or no?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, let me briefly locate the form, and then I'll get back with you. One minute.
Your Honor, we have a form right here. We didn't find it until everything got sent out. You want him to-
Deputy said you do have the form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, he completed it?
No, Your Honor, he didn't complete it.
Okay. Okay, so let me do this. If you would have him complete it while I do the second one, and then you can email it to me because he'll
Yes,
need
Your
to sign it. So, sir, do you understand?
Yeah.
I need for you to complete the form for me, and then I can just they can send it to me, and then I can approve it. Do you currently have a job? Sir, do you hear me?
I said no, ma'am.
Okay, so that means you would qualify, but I need for you to complete the form certifying under penalty of perjury that you're not employed, okay? So complete that form and they'll fax it to me and I can approve it. You understand that?
That's
Okay, thank you.
When you go down, why you come on over?
Okay, sir, give me your full name.
Sean Whitehead.
Mr. Whitehead, you've been charged with 1 count of simple battery. Your bond amount is $4,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. The first condition is you're to have no contact with the alleged victim in the case by the name of Thomas Crossman. Do you recognize that name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're to have no contact, which means you must stay away absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by telephone. You cannot contact him through social media, through text message, or through a third person. You also cannot go to his home or workplace for Thomas Crossman. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, because the alleged incident occurred at 330 Arrowhead Boulevard, number 35G, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30236, you're not to return to that location while you're out on bond. Is that your primary residence? Is that your primary residence, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Also, you cannot violate any laws while out on bond. You understand that? Yes, sir. I need to hear verbal yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you want to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the court's calendar?
Again?
Say, keep it on the calendar?
Yes, ma'am. But I was just making sure you said the 22nd.
Yes, it's November the 22nd because it's a misdemeanor. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And then lastly, you did complete the form for a court-appointed counsel. You would qualify for an attorney. So I will approve your request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any other questions? Have any other questions, sir?
No, I don't have any other questions.
Okay, that will conclude your hearing for this morning. Thank you.
That's gonna be on the mails on calendar today, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, can someone get that court-appointed form faxed to me for the other inmate? I believe
Yes, Your
that-
Honor. Smith.
Mr. Smith, yes. Okay, thank you.